I'm Sigmaster Luke, and we've been doing Roblox tutorials for a while now. One of the most requested videos that we do is a tutorial on dynamic lighting. So today, I'm going to show you guys how to do that. Let's get started.
So, let's start off by opening Roblox Studio. Here in Roblox Studio, I'm signed in as Sigmaster Luke. I'm going to switch to Classic View. You got to make sure you're signed in, otherwise you can't go to Classic View. And now we're going to go look for a place to add dynamic lighting to. Now I know just the place, so I go to More, and I'm going to go to People, find Builder Man, search Users. There he is. And right here on his profile, he's got this awesome place, Ninjas vs. Samurai. Now this place, let's go to the place page. You can see it wasn't updated for 5 years. Dynamic lighting was not around 5 years ago. So let's click edit. Add some lights. Make this a real ninja fight. So after you click edit, it opens it up right here in Studio for you. This place is pretty cool. You can see it's got these awesome towers with this bridge. I don't even know. These ramparts. It's really cool. And there's these walls, bridges over this raging river, this cool tower. I don't know. It's really neat, but it's lacking lights and shadows. So let's use dynamic lighting and improve this. So first, what we need, what I don't have right now, is the Explorer pane and the Properties pane. To get these, we're going to go up to View and Explorer right here. And you can see it open up this window. This is the Explorer window. And then we're also going to open up the Properties window. Properties. So, the Explorer pane is everything that exists in your game. And the Properties pane is the properties of whatever you have selected. So, what we want to do is enable global shadows first of all. Right here we have the shadows. I select lighting in Explorer. And then right here there's this, in the properties, you see something called global shadows. If I check this, you can see it just rendered all the shadows. That was pretty cool. You can see all these cool shadows from the bridge. See, there's the sun, kind of cloudy day. So yeah, that's how you turn on and off shadows. And that itself makes your game look really cool all of a sudden. Just makes everything pop. So that's where global shadows are, and that's how you get started. And then next we'll be actually making lights and putting lights in this level. So summarizing part 1, going into the properties window on lighting and making sure that you have global shadows on and enabled and you are in your level. And now we're actually going to make some lights. To do this, we need a part. So basic objects menu, from view, basic objects, and then in here you should find something called a part. So if I double click this, it creates a part right where my camera is, right here. So now we have our part. Let's make it, I'm going to quickly make it look like a light. So I'm going to use a coloring tool, just color it yellow. That's good enough actually, maybe resize it. And so here's my light, or my part. It's not a light yet. So to add a light to this part, you're going to want to right click it, insert basic object, and then right here is point light. And you can see all these other things that you can insert into it, but right now we're going to be using the point light. Make sure you have the part selected, and it's the part that you right clicked on, and you insert a point light. So it's really hard to tell. It got a little bit brighter, but there is a light. You can see it glowing when I drag it by the shady side of this building. So there's a light in there, but it's really dark. So that's how you can add a light. And there's some cool properties of the light that you can change. if you select the actual light that's inside the part in the Explorer menu up here, you can change the color of the light, the range of the light, the brightness, and whether it casts shadows as well. So first thing we're going to want to do is make it a little bit further. You want to increase its range because it's a little bit dark, and by increasing the range it also becomes brighter. So we're going to change it from 8 to, I don't know, something like 32. So that's a lot brighter, and you can see it looks pretty neat. You have a light. That's pretty cool. So we're also going to want to make sure that this part is anchored. So right here is the anchor tool. You want to click on the part. So that anchors the part so it doesn't fall when our game is playing. Because right now everything's frozen and we're just building in frozen time. So we got to make sure we anchor the part so that when someone's actually playing the game and the game's running, that the light doesn't just fall. So it's anchored, and you can see I dragged it into this building, and now it's brighter in here. What I can do is right click, copy, right click, not paste into, just paste. So I pasted another one, and it's on the next floor now. I'm going to place it on the ceiling of that floor. That's pretty cool. One thing we might want to do actually, I'm going to delete this one. Before we copy a bunch, set up the first light exactly how we want it to be, because I'm going to be copying it all over the level. So 32 is pretty bright, but I think I'm going to make it the maximum brightness. Or not brightness, but range, which is 60. So this is the brightest it can get, and the furthest range it can get. Actually, you can change the brightness to whatever you want, and it gets even brighter. But I think leaving it at 1 is pretty good, and the range at 60. Having the range for an indoor light is pretty key. Then we're also going to check this box that says shadows. So right now you can see with it unchecked, with the shadows unchecked, that the light kind of bleeds through this wall. So if I check shadows, it casts a light, and the light hits this wall, and it casts a shadow. So it doesn't, the light doesn't bleed through the walls anymore. So we have this light, and it's right in our building, and I can enable it and disable it to see how much it's actually doing. Let's just drag it down from the ceiling a little bit. There we go. Alright, and then we can just right click and copy and paste it. Paste. And then I selected this axis tool, move parts tool. I drag the green handle until it goes into the next floor and light up that floor. I think that's the roof of the building. Yeah. So, let's see. Oh, there's one more floor. So we gotta copy and paste it one more time for the lowest floor. Here we are. So the building's lit up. It's a little bit hard to tell because it's not very dark. We should fix that. Sorry, I'd pasted one of the parts into another part. I had to drag it out. I didn't have to, but I did. Make the light stand out more, because it looks almost like a normal level right now, just with shadows. So to make the light stand out more, we're going to go to lighting, we're going to go to ambient, we're going to turn down the ambient. So the ambient lighting is the darkness of objects that don't see the sun. So the sun is, where's the sun? The sun's right there. So you can see it's super dark right here because it's getting no light from the sun. So the ambient lighting is the light when there is no sun. And then when you do see the sun, this is, no, not shadow color. Outdoor ambient is for the surface of things that do see the sun. So this right here sees the sun, so it gets lit to outdoor ambient. And this does not see the sun, so this gets lit to just the normal ambient, just ambient. And so to make it feel like the shadows are really dark, we change ambient to the blackest color, the darkest color. There we go. And then we should actually make this level look like nighttime. So to do that, when you have lighting selected in Explorer, in the Properties pane, you can scroll down to time of day and change it to something like 2. 2 is like 2 a.m., 2 in the morning. So it's all starry. It's kind of nice. You can see this building's lit. And then we can just tweak the ambient and outdoor ambient. And here we go. Just gets darker and darker. That's pretty cool. Now it really feels like nighttime. Have a ninja fight in here. That'd be neat. Alright. So, I'm going to select this part. And I'm going to select this part while holding shift. If I hold shift, I can have both parts selected at the same time. I'm going to hold shift again and click this one. So I have 3 parts selected. I'm going to right click, copy, right click, paste. So I just copy and pasted those 3 parts. So I can drag them over to this building right here. Gotta adjust my camera to make sure I'm getting them where I want them to be. And drag them down. So each floor should have that light. Can be dragged up a little bit. There we go. Yep, so now both the buildings are lit. That's pretty cool, and it's pretty dark. It almost feels like a real ninja fight. I'm also going to paint these walls, because it looks like they're colored for the daytime. I'm going to make it fit more. Let's try making some actual torches, something that looks really cool, something I'd like to see in a game besides just room lights. We're going to copy one of these lights, right click, copy, right click, paste, and we're going to drag it to where we want a torch, because that's what I'm going to be making next. I think a torch right here would be pretty cool. And I'm going to mess with the colors a little bit. We're going to make it feel like fire, like a real torch. So I went to, in the Explorer pane, I clicked the part, or I have the part right here, and it's selected, and I select its light, and then in the properties of this light, I click color, and I click this little dot dot dot, and I just drag my mouse around anywhere on here and select a color. This orange looks pretty good. That looks like fire. Ooh. But its range is a little bit too far for a torch, so I'm going to turn the range down to 20 maybe. That's cool. Maybe 30. Yeah, 25. And to make it feel more like a torch, I'm also going to right click on it, insert basic object, and fire. Nice. So that looks like a torch. And I'm going to right click, copy, right click, paste. Now I have 2 of them. I'm going to go paste one over here. Make another one. Put this one over here. Make another one. Put it over here. And also I'm going to use some shortcut keys. So I have this selected. Control C does a copy, and Control V does a paste. I'm going to paste these over here. Control V. Control V. Control V. Oh, didn't make a new one? No. Control V. There we go. That looks pretty cool. I want to play this right now. Yeah. Maybe you could put some up in these towers too. In fact, I'll put some of these normal lights in the towers. And you don't want them to be on the ceiling when the shadows property is enabled on the light. This property. When the shadows thing is enabled, sometimes it thinks that it's inside of a part. So you're going to want to just drag it down a little bit. And you can see the room got a lot brighter as I dragged it down. So you can see I did that for these ones as well. So I'm gonna Control Copy, Control Paste. So I'm gonna select this one, come over here, and hold Shift and click this one as well. So I have both of the parts that I clicked selected when I hold Shift. I'm gonna do Control C, Control V, and just copy them. They're off a little bit, so I'm just gonna drag them back into place, and then drag them into these towers, just like that. And then make sure, oh nope, they're too low. Looks pretty good. Nice. That's pretty cool. And let's make it even darker. Real ninja fight. So I go to Explore, Lighting, and in its properties, I go to Outdoor Ambient and just make it even darker. Yeah. Where's the moon? There it is. Moon's way down there. How do we change that? We can move the moon by changing the time of day to a different time. Maybe 0. Maybe even earlier in the night. So it's on military time. So to make it 2 hours earlier, and make it 22. Yeah. So if you set lighting the time of day to 22, the moon goes about right there. That's pretty cool. And the moon even casts some light. You can see right here, which is pretty cool. It gives just another polish. So after putting in the lights, I'm going to save this place. Right here, there's Publish to Roblox As. After you go to File, Publish to Roblox As, it should open up this window. And you just click Create a New. And it just walks you through creating it. You just name it. Boom. And it's done. And I can close it. It'll ask you to save again if you'd like to. Nothing's changed. So I took this place from Builderman's profile, and I had lights to it and made it nighttime. So if I go to My Games page, so if I go to Develop, you can see all of my games. And here's this ninja fight place that I just made. Oh, it's not active. I gotta go make it active. On the Develop page, if it says inactive, you can click it right here, and it becomes active. And so I just activated my place, and I click on the name. So here's the place, and I click play. Yeah, here we are. Oh man. Dash. And that's how you add dynamic lighting to your map and turn it into a game. And that's it.